Good morning, my happy people. I don't know about happy, but good morning. How you doing? So I wanted to update you guys and tell you what's really going on with these damn moles. So this one, and the one on this one. This one was more scarier than anything. Thomas actually told me about this one. He's like, who the fuck looks over here? Nobody. He was like, Mom, I think you got a little skin cancer going on. Well, that's because he learned it in health. So luckily, because I warned her about this one, I'm like, I haven't seen it. But my son told me about it. It was pretty massive. Just to let you guys know, if you have a mole that is not like circular or oval, like if it's got rigid edges or it's really dark in the center and then starts to get light brown around it, that's atypical. Probably should get that checked. The one I have on my right arm was actually black and blue. Not like it was a mole, definitely, but it was black and blue. And you knew something was up with that. I've had that one for years. And I haven't, I would say it got worse in a couple of years. Like my whole blood clot thing, that happened during that. So something's got to be up with that. I'm going to do my research to figure what the fuck that's about. But this one that I have on this arm, first of all, I had a keloid there. I didn't even know there was a keloid, but she put a steroid in it. Thank God for her. But it didn't work. She's like, oh, the steroid will make it stop itching. Stab the mole itself. Don't go around it. Because it's still itchy. Like, just cut the fucker out. I don't care if it's in one of my tattoos. Just cut it out. We're good. But the other one was hiding in the tattoo. Like, I mean, hiding in the shading. And I didn't even know it was there. She was like, Heather, you got a mole. Did you know this was here? And I was like, no. That thing blended so well. She's like, those are the ones we're scared of. The ones that hide in tattoos that are so, they're like small, but they're starting, bro. She's like, we're testing that one. Because she was like, I don't have a good feeling about that one. So they did the 3. The only one that really is annoying is this one. And she was worried about my blood thinner. This one and this one didn't bleed at all. So, I mean, when people say, oh, you bleed a lot on blood thinner, not everybody. And even my doctors did tell me it's not everybody. It's a vast majority, but the other people, no. I see what's funny, when I was on Lovenox, that made me bleed like a son of a bitch. Because that blood thinner is no joke. Love that blood thinner. Thank you, Lovenox, for creating it. It saved my life. And it made me perk right up immediately when I got it, which was crazy. I'm going to tell you guys that in a different part. They told me that was very rare for that to happen, but I'll take some good wherever I can get the sprinkle. A little bit of sprinkle of good. That's all I want. So I'm on, actually I need to take my meds now, but I'll do that later. I'm on Eliquis, 5 milligrams twice a day. Ugh. My primary's like, well, you know, it's really 2.5. I'm like, actually, boo-boo. It's 5 milligrams. It's actually more than that, too, for lupus anticoagulant disorder, which is what I have. If I was a healthy person that got blood clots for no damn reason, but I have a damn reason. For inflammation for my fucking thyroid that you ignored for 10 years. So, she irritates the shit out of me. Like, I can't even express how much that lady irritates me. But anyway, there were 3 different type of cancerous moles. And there's a difference. It's atypical, that could be basal cell, that could be, you know, before it turns into something, or whatever. But the one on my right arm, 100% cancerous, by all means. That thing was ugly. And it wasn't like raised or anything. It was growing in me. And it was insane. But every time I touched it with my arm, it would radiate neuropathy. Which, I don't have a mole that ever does that. Except for that one. So when we did our information and she's like, well, Heather, the ones that look like that and that cause pain, they're 100% cancerous. I'm like, yeah. They don't tell you this usually. But that one hurts the most. Sorry, guys. Allergy season. Oh, I hate allergies. This is the worst allergy season I've ever had. I don't know if my body's starting to get better, and it's more like, we're going to give you the worst allergies. Like, I'm draining from my eyes. I have Sjogren's. I don't drain. I got dry mouth. Completely dry. Ugh, it's like sandpaper in your mouth. And due to my thyroid issues. Why am I draining? I'm going to drain any other day. So annoying. It really is. But I don't know what's going to happen. I knew that one mole specifically was cancerous. I've always known that. But it's like when you have like 40 pulmonary embolisms, you keep dying from autoimmune shit. You keep. Skin cancer is really not on my to-do list. I'm like, we have a little bit of time. We'll get it in there. So I actually saw it. I was like, when am I seeing the dermatologist? And I was like, oh, in a week. Cool. Because my kids just kept getting on my case. They're like, Mom, you're going to die from skin cancer. Something that's curable. I'm like, well, it depends on the strain, guys. But if you catch it early, yes, it's 97% curable. Just like thyroid issues. 97% curable. Squamous carcinoma for the lungs. 97 only if caught in early stages. Problem is most people, by the time they get into their doctor, by the time their doctor even sees them for anything, they've already stage 4 already, which sucks. Our healthcare system, it sucks. It really does. Like, I wish, there's got to be something I can do. Like, I want to work with somebody. If anybody comes across this, which I doubt you will, because I'm a little tiny YouTuber that just gives out health information to help other people. If you're out there, I want to help in some way. Whether it's to raise money, even though I do that I raise money for scleroderma, lupus, and suicide prevention. We won't get into that. But there's many reasons why I do this stuff. I just want to make a difference in the world. And it's not for me, it's for the people that I was once all of you. I was once all of you that went to the doctor, listened to the doctor, you suffer tremendously in pain, but you're like, okay, blah, 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 and then you suffer. No. Problem is the only one that's going to care as much about you is going to be you only. I know what it's like to be ignored and be that yes patient that just says whatever the doctor says. That's almost gotten me killed 3 times now. And we're not even going to include my pregnancies, because I almost died with both my kids. Fight for yourself. Because I was lucky to survive from 40 plus pulmonary embolisms. Most people aren't. Usually one kills people. But I was an athlete. And I believe in keeping yourself healthy, because you never know what you're going to go through that you're going to need that. You're going to need that body to be on point when you're sick. In the last year, I probably should have died. Many times. Pneumonia twice. It was horrible. I don't give up easily. And I'll be damned if I die from something I could have controlled or stopped. My whole thyroid caused all of this. Thyroid. The one, if they actually looked at my test results. See, the whole thing is the TSH, thyroid hormone. It doesn't say much because you can have hypothyroidism and it could be normal, the TSH one. Never, I always say you can't go by that. Everywhere I've researched always says that. You can't. There's so much other thyroid testing that could be done, like the T4 free one. That's the number one you should do. T3, there's even ones that are genetic testing to check for Hashimoto's and stuff like that. You need to do what's best for you. You have to. Because no one's looking out for you. No one. And I almost died on my son's birthday. I would have ruined his birthday for him for the rest of his life. So I'm not doing that. No. Having a doctor that's been with me for 8 to 10 years and has always treated me like I'm either a drug addict, because this is what happened. I was with her, she was like, oh, you're fine, blah, 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 blah. And it was only Dr. Gargiulio, who was my vascular surgeon, Dr. Ramasamy, who was my back doctor, and Dr. Shapiro were the only ones to give a shit about me. My own primary was like, I'm like, dude, I'm not asking you for anything. I'm asking you for fucking help, though. Because I know there's something wrong. And you're just treating me like I'm a pain addict when I'm not. You keep drug testing me randomly all the time. It's all negative. I'm like, I'm tired of your bullshit. And then when testing came back, it showed that I have like 5 diseases flat out of autoimmune. And all of a sudden, she just shut her fucking mouth. I'm like, do so, please. And she's young. The problem is that she went by statistics. First of all, statistics means a majority or a certain percentage. This doesn't happen to at this age. But the other 20%, it does. Doesn't mean you're never going to have a patient that does that. Like when my gallbladder exploded. She told me statistically at 30 years old, your gallbladder don't explode, which is bullshit. Because anybody's gallbladder can go at any moment. That thing sucks, just like the appendix. They're the two most taken out organs. Fight for yourself. Fight to be heard. Because there's only so much somebody can handle until they end up dead in a coroner's office. And then what? The doctor's like, oh, I wish, or let's bury this so I don't get in trouble. Fight for yourself. I'm a big researcher. Every single one of you know that. And when I was diagnosed with pulmonary embolisms, for the first 2 minutes, I cried my ass off because never thought that would happen to me. I'm an athlete. Things can happen to anybody for any reason, guys. But seriously, I'm always active and running around. How the fuck did that happen? And that's because of my thyroid and other things she dropped the ball on. But I researched and I was like, how can I make this better? And they said with intensity workout, you can absorb it back into your body. Bet, let's do this. So I went to the gym 6 days a damn week. 6 days a week. I was exhausted. I was in pain because you got autoimmune, boo. That shit hurts. I worked my ass off. To be what? But after a month and a half, what I thought was the blood clots, luckily, when I went to the hospital, we won't get into that, doctor, because the nurse was like, Heather, just be nicer. We know he's stupid. But even they told the doctor, like, coming in here and say, you're on Lyrica and pain meds. Why? First thing I said was, did you look at my file? Oh, you did? Okay, what do I have? I'm like, I have small and large fiber neuropathy. You let me know how you're going to handle that. I also have lupus, scleroderma, sarcoidosis. Naming all this shit off to him, and he was like, I was just asking. I'm like, stop treating patients like they're drug seekers. I didn't ask shit from you that day. I don't ask shit anytime I go to the hospital. Never ask for pain meds. One, I don't want pain meds. They don't necessarily work. And they mask it. I want the problem fixed. That's all I ever care about. Tell me what the problem is. How can I fix it? Let's make it happen. So what was it with clots? Had clots. Busted my ass for 2 months. After a month and a half, they were dissolved back in my body, but I had permanent damage of post-thrombotic syndrome. Now I have lung damage, which was proven. I got the results back from the PFT test. So, now the reason why I'm doing this is so it backs me up for the future. I want everything on the table, why and what caused this mess. And if the pulmonary embolisms caused permanent damage, which I already knew they did, I could feel the difference. I went from having the best stamina in the world, that I was never out of breath. I could run 2 miles, never be out of breath. Like, it was gorgeous. To now where I'm like, holy shit, this sucks. I will always push myself. Because sitting around and doing nothing doesn't save anybody. Even people with dentures. Sitting around complaining that your dentures are annoying is not going to give you a better denture journey. Ask yourself, what can you do to make your denture journey better? Soft reliners, right? First year, do them once a month. For the bottom, once every month and a half. For the top. Fixin' an Ultramax is known to be the best adhesive. Research it. Boom, it immediately comes up. It is the strongest adhesive in the world. I don't know what their formula is, but it's badass. Do everything you can to make your life better, because nobody can do it for you. You gotta do what's best for you. And I'll always have your guys' back no matter what. I will always be here to help you. If you're not a big fan of reading, or you don't read, or you can't read, or you just don't know what the hell you're reading, I am more than happy to help every single one of you research whatever it is. Because I want my life to mean something. I want to make sure that I can help people and do what's best for them specifically. You guys could do this. I've been through hell and back 50 billion times. People ask me all the time, how the fuck you alive? I don't know. But I am so freaking dedicated to living. I need to be there for my kids. I will not let them live with their father. That is not okay for them. They're going to, especially my youngest, will be just ignored and treated badly, and we're not doing that. My kids will always be number one. So I will do everything in my power to make sure that they're okay. But everybody watching this, if I could do this shit, so can you. Is it hard as shit? Yes. But you also got to realize being a couch potato is very dangerous. Because not only does it slow your blood down, it also makes it thicker. And all the kinds of foods you eat with high fat is going to get stuck in your arteries, in your organs, like it did my mom. But they ain't doing shit about her, and she won't speak up for herself. You need to exercise every damn day. Fight for it. Because you don't know what you're going to go through in your future. You could save your life now. Do what you need to do, guys. Do everything that you need to do to keep healthy. I don't eat baked goods. It's like a rare occasion if I have like a piece of cheesecake or something. It's rare. I'm not really much of a sugar person unless it's in my coffee. But I also exercise every damn day because your body needs it. You need to have a healthy, balanced diet. And I'm not a person that's going to be like, oh, you can only eat healthy food. No, I'm realistic. You need to just think of a well-balanced diet. You need to make sure that you're eating the correct foods to give you the nutrients that you need to keep your body going. Especially magnesium, bro. That also controls the heart, the brain, everything. Same with B12. You need those guys. And I'm not asking you to eat boring ass food. Avocado has got a lot of healthy shit in there. I don't eat it personally because I think it's boring. But you can actually season it to where you actually like it. And then it's good. But like I said, too much of anything is not good for you. So just have a balanced diet. Like, I eat more fruit than vegetables. Vegetables, I have maybe a couple servings a day with. When it says you're supposed to have 5 fruit, 5 vegetable. I know they don't mean all together because that'd be dumb. But I love fruit. I absolutely love fruit. I'll sit there and eat freaking entire pineapple to myself. And mandarin oranges and everything else. I also have a disease that doesn't like acidic food. So I take Dexalon, which is the strongest, most expensive PPI medication in this world. Most people get denied to be put on it because you have to try all of them. And I've been through some shit, guys. I've tried them all. So Dexalon is what keeps me good. I still can't eat spicy stuff. I can only eat certain amounts of fruit. I just make sure I have enough to keep my body going so I can work out every day, so I can fight for my life and my health. And I teach the same thing to my kids. Because let's face it, we learned all of our bad habits from our parents and our family members. And I was never raised to eat healthy. I mean, every single one of us were super skinny, and we always ate good, and, well, to a certain point. And did all that, but we were never raised to eat more fruits and vegetables and to do all this stuff. No, our parents didn't care. I grew up on soda, man. That's all I drank was soda. I quit it well over 10 years ago. How old am I? 8 to 9 years ago. And I only drink water every single day. Maybe some coffee too, but that's it. I don't drink soda anymore. I quit that and gave that up. But please make sure you take care of yourself. Yes, everything has to do with willpower. But I know you can do this. If I can, every single person can do this if I can do it. I'm no special, no different from any of you guys. So I work with you guys as a team because I know we can do this. Don't be like me thinking, oh, that won't ever happen to you. Because it can and it will. Just make your body strong so when you do go through the bad, your body's strong enough to go through it. I'm so glad I was an athlete, bro. So damn glad I was an athlete. Have I had a lot of injuries? Yes. But I also healed very quickly at one point too. Not anymore. I don't heal quickly at all anymore since the clots. Like when I cut myself, it's been like that for the last 2 months. This, like the scab and all that other stuff. I don't heal quickly at all. But I just want you guys to care and realize that things will happen to you and they can happen to you. And to just put the time and effort to keep you here longer. And if you ever need my help for anything, you want me to research anything, you want information about anything, I will always be here to answer you guys. Always. Always, always, always. Because I know what it's like to go through everything alone. And we don't have to do that. We have each other. So you'll never have to go through anything alone. You can vent to me, you can talk to me. I'm not one of the YouTubers that are like, oh my god, I'm popular, or blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. Yeah, no. I made this to benefit people and help them. I made this channel specifically for all of you. And I'll always be here for you guys. Later, guys.